So this was the one we were discussing yesterday in school, and I'm sure you started some, no, not this one. This one, right? Yes or yes? Yes, okay. So this was the worksheet we were looking at yesterday in school. Let's just practice some random questions there, okay? Can I ask you to turn on your mic and answer the following questions verbally? I'll call your name, then you can answer these questions verbally. Are you ready? Question 5, I'm going to call 6 people to answer the questions verbally. Mr. Chang, question 1, what is the equation of the horizontal asymptote?
It's y equals 0.
Y equals 0, that's good. Clarissa, question 2, what is the equation of the horizontal asymptote?
Y equals -1.
Perfect. Vena, number 3.
Y equals +3.
Good.
Well, just...
Yeah, it's all right. Either is fine. Nakita, question 4.
Y equals 2.
Y equals 2. I have who next now? Let's see. Callista, next one.
Y equals 0.
Y equals 0. Leo, the last one.
Y equals -4.
Y equals -4. Perfect. I just wanted to be sure that we all remember how to find the equation of the horizontal asymptote right from the equation. May I ask us to please practice question 6. Let's take 5 minutes to practice question 6. Okay, everybody begin. Question 6, 5 minutes. Someone is in trouble, not inviting us to the party. That's a serious crime in my class. So Krystal K's birthday is today. Wow, okay. I see why she doesn't want to come to class, even though she didn't tell me she wasn't coming to class. But she would have been there earlier. Okay, no problem. It's a practice session. We're not taking anything new, just sharing ideas. Nakita, I'm going to send your solution to someone. I hope that's okay with you. Thank you. So, where is Clary? Clary, here you go. Clarissa, confirm if you got that.
Yeah.
So check out how she worked out number 6. That's exactly.
Daniel, Krystal K let Ricky in. Let Ricky in.
She what?
For you to let Ricky's computer come in.
Waiting?
Yeah, she's waiting.
There's no one here. I accepted Clarissa, Ricky. Okay, maybe there are 2 devices from Ricky.
Wait, I'll call her to come again. Like,
this is strange. I saw Ricky twice and I've accepted and it's still loading. Okay, one Ricky has been joined, I guess. That's what I see. Clarissa, if your second device is not working, that's okay. You see, another Ricky came back again. I'm sure it's not my internet because you guys are here. Okay, so I'm gonna keep checking your work. Yeah, Mr. Chang, checked your work. Good, thank you, sir. So like I said, if you complete 2, please move to, if you complete 6, move to 8, then 9. Let's see. Yeah. Vena, check your work, correct, thank you. Main number 6 is checked. Good. Callista, checked. Brandy, you just wrote y equals 8 times 2x minus 10. Then the next thing is y equals 5 times 2 raised to power x minus 10. Trust me, bro, this is nothing. What were you thinking? What do you think you're doing? Huh? Can you hear me, mister?
Yeah.
So I don't understand what this means. Is this how we do in IB classes? No.
No.
Oh, there they are, the birthday people. Are you serious right now? You're having a party behind my back? Where's my chicken? Where is the cake? Uh-oh, sorry. Can you guys turn on your cam again? The people using Ricky stuff. I think I mistakenly did something. Allow. No. Not allow record. Allow, yeah, video. Okay, there they are. Okay, Miss K, what's that paper about? Is that a menu at the restaurant? I can't hear you.
That's
Yeah.
math. We were doing math last night.
Is that the menu from the restaurant? Are you
We
ordering
were
food?
doing math last night. That was math.
Math?
Yeah.
Because when I see you with a paper with the story of there's a birthday going on, all I can think of is your intention is to eat. And we all know why. You are the foodie of the class. Okay, that looks like math. Where's the birthday girl? Show your face, birthday girl. Yeah, you're taking a video of us. I can see you, that guy in black shirt. That's allowed.
Yeah.
Hello, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, can we sing happy birthday for Krystal? Come on, guys, put on your mic. Let's sing up. Can you turn this camera to Krystal's, please?
Yeah.
Yes, to the birthday girl. Yeah, can we sing happy birthday to her, please? Come on, everybody. Happy birthday. Come on, guys, put on your mic. What is wrong with these people? On mute, everybody on mute, yes. Okay, I give you a 7 points if you sing happy birthday right now. Just kidding.
Happy birthday.
All right, come on, guys. Let's sing happy birthday to her. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Krystal. Happy birthday to you. You see, you just broke a record. The first birthday on Zoom. Come on, you made it. All right. Okay, back to solving problems.
Okay.
So you have to come with our cake and what again? And whatever you guys are having over there. Where's Ricky? Why are you using Ricky's laptop?
He went to buy breakfast for us.
Is that Lillian? Where is Lillian? Show your face, Lillian. Oh, okay, there she is. So are you guys 3 over there?
No.
No, I mean like in this class.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we know the foodies of the class. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the foodies team. All right, so 6 and 8, is it done? Or 9, just send to the WeChat group. Look, I'm checking Nakita's question 8 now. So the coordinate of P is correct, Nikita. And the value of A is 2. -1. Okay, you already have -1, 2 given. What's going on? Okay. Yep. Equation of the horizontal asymptote. Yeah, that's trivia. Yeah, Nikita, that's correct. Good job. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So don't forget number 9 when you're done with 8. Yeah, that's Lillian's work. Lillian, I'm gonna have to turn my neck around. You're in big trouble for that. 6 checked. Let's see. I think you sent 6 twice, Lillian. Oh, 8. Okay, got it. You see how I have to turn my neck around? Thank you for making me turn my neck around. Question 8. Question 8 is correct also, Miss Lillian. So please attempt question 9, guys. Wait. Is that 9 in the book? Yes, that's 9 in the book. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Krystal C, I got your message. Yeah, that's correct. Callista, correct, good. Mr. Chang received your message just now. And question 8 is correct. Good job, everyone. We'll do question 9 together if you're not able to do it. Okay? Just make attempt. Okay, so 9A is okay, 9B is the problem. 9B says, given the vertical, okay, let's see. For y-intercepts, for example, y-intercept is when x is 0. So you put x is equal to 0 here, you get 2. You put x is equal to 0 here, you get -1, right? So the y-intercepts are 0 and -1, respectively. So you write that clearly. For f of x, y-intercept is this, you write properly. Because there are two functions, so you do not just write y is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, y is equal to maybe -1. No, y equals -1. You have to explain which one. Unlike here, find the equation of the horizontal asymptote. If you write y equals 3.5, everybody understands because there's only one curve. Does that make sense? So you don't need to say the equation of horizontal asymptote of f of x is y equals 3.5. You could just say y equals 3.5 is the horizontal asymptote. We know you are dealing with f of x because that's the only function given in the problem. But here there are two functions, so you really, really want to be careful. You really want to tell us what you mean. Okay? Now, we're interested in the length PB, right? We're interested in the length PB in the insert form. So let's try. We're interested in this length PB insert form. Okay, so let's go to the board. My pen, give me a sec. An attempt has been made already by Lillian, and she actually did a brilliant job. So I'm just going to use that's the only approach that actually makes sense at this time. Anyways. So if I could have everyone's attention, including the birthday girl. Why is everyone getting close to my birthday? What's going on with you guys? All right, so 9B is 30. How about we write today's date in a special way? Krystal's birthday. Krystal, is she here? Krystal's birthday. Does anyone forget? It's May 30. So we have to be OCD a little bit here. Krystal, are you listening? You and that foodie girl. Okay, great. So we have this curve. Unfortunately, I cannot bring the picture here. So let's go back to that screen. So everyone, please look at this. So we're interested in this length according to the question. We already know that AB is 4, which means from here to here is 4. We know everything, that red line is 4. Now, we want to know the exact value of PB, and the word exact was used, so you do not approximate. So whatever you do should be in sub form. A and B are rational numbers. Rational numbers mean like fraction, so not terminating decimal. So you should write it as 2/3, for example, each of them. So you want to be careful with these conditions. Okay, what do we know? We do not know the x value, right? And we do not know the y value of P is 0, right? We do not know the x value at this point. If we know that maybe x is equal to 2 at this point, then it will be easy for us to know what is this distance. I don't know if you're getting my point. I'll say that again. If we know by any chance the x value here, okay? If we know the x value here at P, if this was maybe x equals 1, then we could just substitute x is equal to 1 into this. and get the y value. Am I making sense? That's the idea we're trying to use here. So also, if we know the x value here, then you can get the y value here. And the y value here, okay, can be, y value at this point is actually the distance from P to A. So for example, if when you substitute the value of x equals whatever, you got y is equal to 4, no, y is equal to 3, then you know that this gap AP is 3, which means if everything happens to be 4, this has to be 1. And this is what we are interested in. Am I making sense? So we don't know the x value. So our goal will be to work by trying to figure out what the x value is. Yeah. Sorry. So many windows are open. Okay, there we go. So let's point A. Is it A, the one in the middle? P, okay. Let's P be A comma what? P is on which curve? Oh, P is on y equals to 0. So let's P be A comma 0. Do you agree? So I'm assuming the x value at P is equal to A. Okay? So what I've done is this. Let the x coordinates of P be A. So what I'm saying is, then P is actually A comma 0 because the y at that point is 0. So if that is the case, according to that picture, if x at that point is A, x at P is small letter a, at point A now, then from f of x equals what? 3 raised to power x plus 1 and g of x equals, what's g of x? 3 to power minus x minus 2 it means that this coordinate at A, remember, x is still A, but y will be 3 to power A plus 1. And the coordinate at B, x is still A, but y is 3 to power minus A minus 2. Does that make sense, guys? Talk to me, please. Yes? Okay, I can't see everybody, so it'd be nice if I hear your voice, please. All right, so that's what we have. Now we are interested in, now our PB is said to be 4. No, is it PB or AB? AB is 4. Now AB is actually AP plus PB. This is 4. AP, so let's go to the to that worksheet again. AP is, come on, sorry. Okay, AP is from here to here. If this point is 3 to power A plus 1, then that is actually the gap of AP. Do you agree? The y value is actually the length of AP. The y value on this point is actually the length of PB, but in the opposite direction, because this value is definitely negative. So if we are talking about the length of this, is actually the negation of that. So basically, if instead of 3 to power minus A minus 2, it will be the other way around, the absolute value, because this is definitely a negative value. Am I making sense? Okay. All right. So let's go back to that worksheet. I mean the board. So basically, it's going to be the length from AP is actually here. So 3 to power A plus 1, then absolute value of this. Because this itself is negative, so the absolute value would be when you flip it. So basically, it's 4, 3 to power A plus 1, then 2 minus 3 to power minus A. Do we agree with this? Remember, the absolute value of a function gives you that same function if x is more than 0. But you will have to negate it if x is less than 0. Negate it. So when you negate x minus y, you get y minus x. So it's like you flip it over. And that's what I've done from here to here. Does that make sense? Okay, great. So let's move on. So I just wanted to establish these basics before we start writing different stuff. So now that we know this, the rest is just to collect like terms. All the numbers can be put together. So this is 3, this is 4. So we can actually have 1, 3 to power A, 3 to power negative A. Correct? Hello? Leo, Brandy, Karen. Okay, great. So how do we do this? This is my 1 over 3 raised to power A. So basically 1 equals 3 to power A. You can actually solve this exponential equation in any any form that comes to your mind. So at this point, we could say let 3 to power A be K, because today is Krystal's birthday, so we use K. So which means 1 equals 3 to power, no. Sorry, apologies, birthday girl. I forgot to use your variable. K minus 1 over K. And this could give us a quadratic equation. K squared minus 1. Am I missing something here? Lillian, is this right so far? Can you speak up, or are you eating chicken?
Yes.
Okay, is there food in your mouth? You're not loud. That's okay. I know you love food, so I'm not going to judge you. We all do. Okay, so having got that, we rearrange the quadratic, and that gives K squared. So we have to bring this over, minus K, the minus 1 equals 0. So we're using K, and the birthday girl is K, and we have a Miss K right in front of the camera. Okay. A lot of K is happening today. Okay. So we can use the quadratic formula. K will be minus B, right? Minus B will be negative 1. So K is equal to negative 1 plus or minus root minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 1, everything divided by 2A. I believe everybody knows what I did. So 2 times A will be 2 times 1. So that is 1 plus or minus root 1 plus 4 divided by 2. 1 plus or minus root 5 divided by 2. Okay? And that is, now, there are 3 raised to power, K cannot be, so K, but K is, okay, but K, which is 3 raised to power A, has to be greater than 0. It cannot be 0, right? And it cannot be less than 0. So we can disregard the negative part. So this means we can only use K equals 1 plus root 5 divided by 2. Does this make sense? So now that's the value of 3 raised to power A. That's not the Y value yet. Okay, so we are interested in PB. Okay, PB. Are we looking for PB? Where's the worksheet again? Yes. PB is actually from here now. PB is actually 4 minus AP. Okay, so which is 4 minus AP is 3 to power A plus 1. Do you agree? Yes. So this is actually 4 minus, we don't need to work out this. 3 to power A is just the value of K. So that's K plus 1, basically. All right. So I could write it as 4 minus K minus 1, 3 minus K. Now I bring in my K now. So that is, of course, you don't have to go through all these lengths that I'm going through. You can actually do without it. I have that. So if I could complete it around here. So I get 3 minus, so I can split this in the brackets, 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 root 5, or just root 5 over 2. So if I open the bracket, I get 3 minus half minus root 5 over 2. So this is 5 over 2, that's 2.5. Then 1 over 2 root 5. That's the exact value in units. Remember, it says leave the answer in the form a plus b root 5. So definitely our a is this and our b is negative half. But the question never said state the values of a and b. The question only says where a and b are rational numbers, which means leave a and b in this form. Okay, no decimals. You don't have to say mixed number. Leave it in that form. That's what it says. Karen, are you lost? Are you lost? Miss K? No.
Shouldn't the middle sign be add?
Should be what?
Wait, do we have to switch the sign for the middle? Because it says a plus b root 5, or it doesn't matter?
I'm not getting what you're saying. Did I miss something? Is that what you're saying?
可是其实没差，可是你 b 没有说是正负负，所以没差。
What is she saying now? Did I miss something? Talk to me, please.
No, nothing.
You're saying something about the middle sign. Come on, say it. Hello.
Oh, because the answer we got is -5 over 2 plus 1 over 2 root 5. Like we just switched this line. Is that okay? Or
It's switched. Okay. Let's see. What could be the, maybe here. Let's look at this place. Now AP. Oh, okay. I think the problem would be from here. You might be right. Look, this PB is negative, right? From that graph. So it's actually absolute value. Whatever you get for PB is a negative number. So yes, I think I get what you mean. Remember, we mentioned that here. That's why we apply negative absolute value on it. Okay. Hello, does everybody get what Karen is saying? This is absolute value of PB. Remember, your PB is below, and whatever your PB is, that's this is actually a negative number. So we could say, actually, rather than using this, we could actually just substitute here, right? But we could use that too. Yeah. So basically, absolute value of this, because we are rest assured that, but this is positive. AP is positive. So if we subtract this way,
Substitute it into the GX directly, and then I got like
the negation of that.
Oh, yeah, we could substitute directly into GX to avoid any controversy. Yes, yes, yes. Now, look at the board, everyone. Let me share my screen once again for the GX here. Look, since you are looking for PB, right? You could just substitute this value directly here. Now, why is this important? To avoid the kind of controversy we have now. So if your 3 raised to power minus a, right? This is 3 to power minus a minus 2. That's the y value. And we know that this is negative. So basically, we should be dealing with 2 minus 3 to power negative a for the positive value. That's the length. Yeah. So this will be 2 minus 1 over that. And this is our k. So basically, this is 1 over k. So we just have to, that's an inverse of the surd. Yeah, that's not a problem. Our surd is 1 plus root 5 over what? Over 2, yes? So the reciprocal, if this is k, yes? 1 over k will be the reciprocal. So that will be 2 minus 2 over 1 plus root 5. Then maybe we can rationalize. It's kind of looking more complicated. Is that what you did?
I didn't change it to absolute value. I just substituted it.
We don't need to change because we already changed the direction of this. By direct substitution, here, we know this is negative. And because the value has to be positive, we could just reverse it like this. So there's no need to change, to use absolute value anymore. You get my point?
Yeah, I didn't use it at all. So I just kept it as like the negated version.
You left it as this, then apply absolute value. Is that what you mean?
I didn't use absolute value. I just substituted.
So is this okay? That's my point. Is this your approach?
No, I didn't change it to 2 minus 3 to the power negative a.
I don't get what you mean.
Like, I just I just put a in the GX.
You put a in the GX here.
Yeah.
So what do you get? Aren't you going to get like 3 minus a minus 2?
Yeah, I just substituted into that.
Substitute what?
Substitute a into that.
But what is a?
A, like the thing you calculated just now.
The x coordinate of P.
These guys are confusing me. Where's my board? I'm just trying to be sure we are doing the same thing. Here we never calculated a. We calculated 3 raised to power a. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, I just substituted 3 to the power a inside. Like I know you mean like you did it because it's gonna be positive value.
Mm-hmm.
You use 2 minus 3 to power negative a, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I didn't change it to 2 minus 3 to the power negative a. I just used 3 to the power negative a minus 2.
Okay, so did you arrive at a surd like I was doing in that worksheet? That's my question.
Yeah, I did. It's like exactly the same as the one you got here, but it's the negation of this.
Okay, now you haven't answered my question. My question is this. This is a surd that does not require rationalization. The other surd, if I use direct substitution, requires, so in this case, we could actually do the negation of this and still get that. That's one way. Another way is by direct substitution, g to power a is, of course, we have to use the absolute value. G to power a is 3 to power minus a minus 2, correct? Correct?
Yeah.
Then the PB in question will have to be 2 minus that because we are rest assured that this is a negative. Am I making sense?
So we have to take the absolute value of it?
Definitely. PB is a length. You can't talk about the length of a line cannot be negative.
Okay.
So rather than taking the absolute value, just flip it. Now, this makes sense. you cannot write g of a as 2 minus that. And you cannot write g of a as absolute value. No, g of a is a value on the function. So you have to leave it as either positive or negative. But g of a enables you to find your PB. That is when you have to write something that makes sense. Either you write this, or you could say absolute value of this, which still means this. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
So my point is, this is basically 2 minus 1 over 3a, correct? Hello? Can somebody confirm if they understand what I'm doing or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 minus 1 over k. Since k is from the previous work, forget this. Since k is this, the reciprocal of k is simply, k is 1 over, no. K is 1 plus root 5, right? 1 plus root 5 over 2. Then 1 over k will be simply 2 over 1 plus root 5. Yes? So 2 minus that is simply 2 minus 2 over 1 plus root 5. This is my point. And that gives 2, 1 plus root 5 minus 2 divided by 1 plus root 5. So you have to rationalize, basically. So if you use direct substitution from G, you can you can use this approach. Alternatively, when you apply this, you have to have in mind that your PB is negative, then you have to flip it if you use this or the first approach that I use. So yes, your answers are right. For those of you that did it together with maybe Karen, Lillian, I believe you are comparing notes. Your answers are right. The only thing here is to flip. So your PB is actually absolute value. So I write it this way. Because by default, your PB is negative. It's a negative. The value of, because you are considering this, right? This value is negative from the beginning. So you have to have your absolute value on the way. Okay, something like this. And if you are assured that actually this is negative, you could, from here, you could just say k minus 3. This is the positive version. Yes? Leo is not saying anything. I'm not sure if he gets what I'm saying. I don't want you to tell me next week. I actually don't understand, because that would be so annoying, and that I would not like. So I expect you to say something. I literally will have to call you to speak up, and you're just looking at me. I don't know if you understand or not. All you have to do is speak up. PB or BP, whatever the question say. What does that question say again? Sorry. What is it? Find the length. Find the length PB. Yes, so we're right. Find the length PB. So we could just say PB. So PB is k minus 3. So 1 plus root 5 divided by 2 minus 3. So you could do that. So this is actually easier than the other one, I think. So 1 over 2 root 5 over 2 minus 3. So half minus 3 is negative 5 over 2. That's what they're talking about. And plus root 5 over 2. What is root 5? What is root 5, guys? Is this a positive number? Because this is actually negative 2.5. Are we sure this is more than that? Can somebody check? Can someone check quickly, please?
So you want to know the value of square root of 5, right?
Yeah, square root of 5 divided by 2.
Oh, it's 1.118.
Okay, so this is what? I'm just checking something. 1 point what?
1.118.
118. This?
1.118. Two ones
1.1.
after decimal.
This? So basically 1.12.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that is 1.12, then we have a problem. Because remember, PB is meant to be positive. PB is meant to be positive. What I will do is to find AB in the exact form and subtract from 4, and whatever I get should be the result. Because if we are taking this to be the answer, it's a negative value, and it doesn't make sense for PB to be negative. Do you get my point, guys? Do you understand what I mean? So I want us to think twice about this. So because to move this around, positive negative might be maybe an issue. So how about we get the exact value of AP? Let's get the exact value of AP and let's subtract from 4. Because if everything is 4, definitely whatever we get should be less than 4. That's what I would say. Whatever we get should be less than 4. So if K is this, then AP is 3 to power A plus 1, which is actually K plus 1, will be 1 over 2 root 5 over 2 plus 1. And what's that? 3 over 2 plus root 5 over 2. Can somebody check this in the calculator and tell us what it is? If this is not more than 4, then we are good. But if this is greater than 4, then something is wrong with that problem. Quickly, somebody press the calculator and tell us the decimal value for AP.
2.618.
Again?
2.618.
2.618. So good. So if that's the case, then our A, so PB has to be 4 minus this positive value. So we don't need to flip anything around. Hello, does this make sense? So we don't need to flip anything around. So basically 4 minus 3 over 2 plus root 2 over 2. That's it. So that should be 4 minus 3 over 2. No, root 5, sorry. Then root 5 over 2. So what is 4 minus this? So that's 4 minus 1.5, right? Yes? So 4 minus 1.5 is 2.5. So that's 5 over 2 minus root 2 over 2. Why do I keep saying that? Then that should be the results. Is this what you guys got, Lillian? Lillian?
Yeah.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that should be the result. Wait, did you correct what you sent to me? Because I have minus 5 over 2 in your result. Have you corrected that or what? 5 over 2 should be positive. Because in your worksheet, what?
I didn't change that yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. So 5 over 2 should be positive. Please check again because your first answer actually is perfect. Then you said you forgot some minus and the second one is actually the wrong one. So please check that. I'm just looking at that worksheet. So the one on the board is actually the correct one now. And that was the first answer you sent to me, which you later corrected. So I think you were right at first. So you want to check that, please. Okay, miss?
Okay.
All right. So does everybody get what we did here? So because of the negativity, I think the best thing is to find AP, then subtract 4 from it. Okay. The best is to find AP and subtract 4 from it to avoid any stuff. So I don't know if we will get the same thing if we rationalize this. Somebody could check. but we should. The reason because PB is negative. So whatever this is negative. I'm sure if you rationalize this, you should get that. Can we check here? Alternatively, I'm going to leave this anytime soon. Sorry. Just clear all drawings. Yes. Alternatively, G of A equals, right, equals 3 to power negative A minus 2, which is negative. This implies that our PB, which must be a positive number, should be the opposite. Okay, so this implies that PB is 2 minus 3, 2 minus 1 over 3 to power A, which is 2 minus 1 over K. Since K is 1 plus root 5 over 2, it implies that the reciprocal is 2 divided by that. And that implies that PB is 2 minus 2 over 1 plus root 5. So that should be 2, 1 plus root 5 minus 2, 1 plus root 5 here. Opening the bracket, you get 2 plus root 5 minus, no, 2 root 5, 1 plus root 5. So this gives what? 2 root 5, 1 plus root 5. Then I can rationalize by multiplying by the conjugates, 1 minus root 5. And doing that gives me 2 root 5, that is times 1. Then 2 root 5 times root 5 when I multiply by root 5. And this is 1 squared minus root 5 squared. So the implication of this is 2 root 5 minus 10 divided by 1 minus 5, which is negative 4. So if I bring minus out of here, I flip the numerator. Actually, I could bring negative 2 out. I could bring negative 2 out. So this would be 5 minus root 5. Does this make sense? Divided by negative 4. So when something cancels, I get 5 minus root 5 divided by 2, which I can separate as 5 over 2 minus root 5 over 2 as required. This is positive because 5 over 2 must be greater than this. So this is positive. So that's another way to look at it if we use G of X approach. So this point is the most important point. Get your G of X by the way the function is defined. Acknowledge the fact that it is negative because it's below. And if we must get the distance, then you have to flip it, which is the absolute value. So these are very, very crucial parts of that solution. Okay. So of course, this will be sent to you. If anybody needs it, it's automatically saved. Before we go, can we look at some random questions from the logarithm worksheet? The rest, of course, you can always undo on your own. So let me see which one I can open. No, don't save. Okay, this is not a problem. You can always work this out. We've talked about the inverse function yesterday. Okay, can I ask you to solve question? I want you to do domain, whatever. Let's see. Is there an inverse here? Yes. Is there domain? Yes. Everybody, question 12. Question 12, this is the activity 1 logarithm worksheet. Question 12. 5 minutes. Shouldn't take you time. 5 minutes. Question 12, activity 1 in the logarithm worksheet. Birthday girl. Hello. I know it's your birthday. You're probably gonna kill me on Monday for having a class today. Yeah, don't worry. Karen will probably kill me also next week Friday because I'm going to have my class on her birthday as well. And guess who is lucky on his birthday? There is no math class on mine. I'm lucky. Anyways, sorry, we are taking time. I'm sure you have a plan to hang out with your friends. Who's that? Is that Ricky? Is that Ricky? Oh, Mark. That's Ricky. I saw Ricky just now. Is that Mark behind?
That's Hohon and Mark.
Who is this? That's
Mark.
Mark. Yeah. Somebody walked by just now with a PE uniform.
That's Hohon.
Oh, all right. Looks like we have a full house. I'm sure they think we are weird. Is this guy just waking up? Hi, Mr. Mark. We're going to release your friend very soon, but we need her to be prepared. Sorry.
Bye, Mr. Daniel.
Bye. Okay, if you're done with 8, 12, please send to me. I'm interested in your, what?
Is the normal bracket for including or not including the number?
What do you
Like
mean?
versus like the square bracket,
Where does that come from?
like for domain and range.
Domain and range. What do you mean normal bracket?
Wait. Go into the chat.
Yes, sir. Oh, for the interval.
Yeah.
The square bracket includes the region.
Oh,
that
okay.
point.
Okay.
Hmm. So close and open interval. Got it. What question is that again?
12C.
12C. 12C says find any asymptote and axis intersects. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. For a for a log function, okay, I think Nakita, I got your work. So the vertical asymptote is x equals 1. Is that what you said?
What?
Yeah. Okay, there's something we talked about in class, Leo. we talked about the, I don't know if you really get what I was saying yesterday. In fact, Karen and I stayed back to discuss that, about how exponential and logarithmic function are related on the Cartesian plane. So if you have, I think the question is natural log x minus 1, is it plus 4? Plus 2? Can you confirm?
Plus 2.
Okay. So natural log of x minus 1 plus 2. So that's a function. Okay. Definitely the inverse of this function is an exponential function with base e. So that would be exponent. Now, exponential x definitely. This plus 2 that stands outside the bracket becomes part of this. And this minus 1 that is in that bracket becomes outside, but in the opposite. So this would be the inverse. Okay? And there's something about exponential and log functions. The horizontal asymptote of one gives you the vertical asymptote of the other because they are reflection. Okay? So this means that the horizontal asymptote of the exponential function is y equals 1, right? And that tells you the vertical asymptote of the logarithmic function is what?
2. Y equals 2.
No, vertical asymptote is x is equals to. That's x is equal to 1. I gave you something yesterday. What is that worksheet? I gave you something yesterday in class, the summary of exponential and log function. Let me see if I can access it online. If you are done with it, because Nakita has submitted now, for worksheet 2 and 3, I need it for worksheet 2. Can you look at question 8? It's just a reflection and write the equation of the image. That shouldn't take 5 minutes. And for worksheet number 3, which is the last worksheet, I need you to do 10 and 11. After this, we are done for today. I just need everybody to actually touch on this stuff. Wait, maybe not the last two. 9 and 10. In the last worksheet, 9 and 10. Okay, in the last worksheet, that's activity 3. Please take note of 9 and 10. In activity 2, take note of 8. Actually, question 8, Leo, is exactly what we are talking about now. Leo, please look at the board, sir. I'll share this with you. We talked about this yesterday, something like this. This is a log function. If we are to draw the exponential function, the reflection of this, right? If we want to draw the reflection of this, it's reflecting in this line. So you have to, it's like doing the perpendicular line, right? Do you remember? So the perpendicular line. So let's see how many horizontal. That's the best way to look at it. How many horizontal? So if I consider this region, this is like half square, full square, half square. So I'm going to go half square, full square, another half square. So my curve is going to come through here. So you see, as this intersects y is equal to 4, the reflection will intersect x is equals to 4. It's going to also come through here, just like this passes through here. Okay, as this passes through here, the other one will pass through, let's see. Okay, let's just consider this point. So this is like a full diagonal, half diagonal. So the image will be half diagonal, full diagonal, so it's going to pass through here. So basically, I'm going to be having something like this. Can you see that? I'm going to be having something like that, coming this way. Then let's see, because this is y is equal to negative, x equals -1, the image will be at y equals -1. Then they will both meet here. Okay, so it's going to keep coming until here. Then this goes down like x equals -1. then this goes like y equals -1. Can you see that? So my image is something like this, because this is a mirror line. Okay, because this is a mirror line. So it's going like this. And that's an exponential graph. This is number 8 that I asked everyone to do. So I said, draw the reflection. And after the reflection, my next question is, does this look familiar? Comment on this. So basically, it is an exponential graph. And what is the equation? The equation, this time around, you could see that this is y equals -1, right? And that is because of this x plus 1. The base is 2. So that will be 2 to power x. This plus 1 is going to be -1 at a distance. This plus 4 is going to be -4 up here. And that is the equation of the image. This is the image. Does that make sense? And that is the idea you can actually use for this, Leo. Where is that question? Okay, question 12, right? That's the idea you can use. What is the asymptote and intercept? Now, this is an exponential function, okay? To make it easier, if the log is difficult for you to read the exponential, which is the inverse. The inverse here, Leo, will be x exponential x. Tell me the rest, Leo, quickly. I can't hear you.
Are you on the board?
Oh, can you see the board?
No.
I'm using the worksheet.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're saying the different worksheets. Okay, here. Can you see this now?
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is, it might be difficult for maybe at times to work with the log function the way it is, but you could look at it in the opposite way. F inverse now, exponential what?
Power of -2.
What is power of -2? X minus 2
X
first.
minus 2,
Yeah, followed by
+1.
+1. So what does this tell you? This tells you that the asymptote, the y asymptote, right? The
Yes.
horizontal asymptote of this is what? Y equals 1. Which means the vertical asymptote of this is x is equal to 1. And you can actually see that from here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that is the one asymptote you can see. What about intercept? Remember, the question is asking for the intercept. Any asymptote? Yes, we can get the x asymptote. Now, something does not exist here. In the exponential function, there is no vertical asymptote. Do you agree? Our exponential function always go this way. So there's no vertical asymptote. What does that tell you about the log function? Leo, there's no what?
There's no vertical. Wait, there's no. Is the vertical? Vertical.
No. That's horizontal now. The opposite would be horizontal. In the exponential, the exponential goes this way, so there's no vertical asymptote. It means in the log function, there is no horizontal asymptote. Does that make sense? And if the horizontal asymptote for this is this, then for the vertical asymptote for this one is x plus 1. And that's the only asymptote you can find. So x is equal to 1 is the vertical asymptote. What about the intercept? The intercept is easy. When x equals 0. Can x equal to 0?
No.
No, because when x is equal to 0, this is log minus 1. Okay? So when x equals 0, f of x does not exist. Okay? And that means what? There is no, yes? There is no what,
No.
Leo?
No x intersection.
Intercept, and this is y-intercept. X equals to 0 is for y-intercept. So there is no y-intercept. Remember, it says axis intercept. You have only talked about there's no y-intercept. Is there an x-intercept? Then you have to investigate that. How do we find the x-intercept?
When y is 0.
When y is 0. So when y equals to 0, you go back to the equation. Natural log x minus 1 plus 2 equals to 0, right? Yes. So what does this become, Leo? This implies what?
E. Wait.
Not so fast, bro. Come on, Leo. This is just making x the subject of the formula. Dude, you have a lot to revise. It is when you have your natural log on one side that you can talk about exponential. So x minus 1 is exponential minus 2. So x is equal to 1 plus exponential minus 2, or exponential minus 2 plus 1. X is now exponential minus 2 plus 1. Did everybody get this? Who got this? Yeah. So your x, so which means x-intercept is exponential minus 2 plus 1, comma 0. And of course, you can use calculator to get this. I think exponential minus exponential. Yes?
Why isn't it negative 2 to the power of e?
Negative what?
Negative 2 to the power of e.
You used this yesterday in class, young man. Lean means what? Log to base e. So.
Okay.
You used this yesterday in class. Yeah, you did that. I remember one of the questions you did in class, you referred to this. Leo, does this make sense now?
Yes.
So now that you know that we do not have, okay, so there is no y-intercept, so it doesn't cross this line. Okay, there is x-intercept. Can somebody check exponential this in decimal form, please? This value. What is that value in decimal form?
1.135.
1.13. So let's say 1.1, basically.
No, 1.1. Yeah.
1.14. Okay, whichever one. So 1.14 is the x-intercept. So let's say this is x-intercept 1.14. Do we have a vertical asymptote? Yes. Vertical asymptote is 1. So it means it never touches x is equal to 1. But it crosses here. Okay. So what else do we know? You must have done the domain and range. What is the domain? Anybody? Domain of f.
X is greater than 1.
X such that what?
X is greater than 1.
Is that true, everyone? Is that true?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
What about the range?
Y such that y is all real number.
Y all real number. Did everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes, the range is all real number. Actually, you can see that from here. Wait, all real number? No. All real number includes negative. Hello? All real number includes negative.
Or
Do you agree?
Wait, but
So,
Mr.
there is also negative for this function though.
Y value, yeah.
Can you get negative for the values?
Yeah.
Why?
For the y values?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from here.
No, because remember, like the top, we're doing the top one. Like
I know.
the lid.
I know. Isn't the inverse supposed to guide you with the range? The domain of your, oh yeah, the domain of your inverse is the range of this. Yes, you are right. Okay. I was looking at, I was looking at the range of this one. Okay, I apologize. Because if you look at it from here easily, what is that value you can substitute to this? Any value can be substituted. And that is actually the domain, the range of the original function. So yes, Leo, you are right. Sorry about that. Okay. So y such that y belongs to R. Okay. So all R, but X cannot be. So what would the shape look like? It cannot come here. It's going to intersect here. No y-intercepts. Okay. So if I look at the original function, for example, exponential x, that's 2 raised to the power something minus 2. Minus 2 is the, what's the function of this minus 2? It's a vertical translation, 2 unit right. Okay, the vertical translation 2 unit right. Then the asymptote is y equals 1. Okay. Y equals 1. Then what is the intercept? I'm trying to use the inverse to sketch it. The intercept of this one, when x is 0, you get something like 3. Yeah, so it's going to cross at 3, sort of. So am I right to say this is the original function? In that case, the inverse will come this way. So this is what you should have. Hello, agree? Has anyone done it? Okay, so you should have something like this. It's going to pass through here and it doesn't touch. So something like that. To make it easier, I look at it by sketching the original function and trying to find the mirror, if that makes it easier. But if you look at what you have done in the previous parts of the worksheet, you could see this is what your log always look like. So this makes it easier for you to actually sketch. Leo, does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, quickly, guys, because I need us to close in about 10 minutes. Okay, someone sent me something. Krystal C. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, Krystal. Well done. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. What question did you send me again, Krystal? Because I can't see the number. Okay, question 12. Okay, got it. The same question we are talking about. Yeah, that makes sense then. Good. And please, when I did this, hello everyone, when I did this, it doesn't count if you only what you write is this as the inverse. You actually need to show the workings because this part is asking for the inverse. So you do not just quote the inverse directly. Of course, let y, like we did in class, let y be the inverse. No, let y be f of x. And f inverse of y is x. So you have to do this. Okay, remember we did something like this. Then from y equals f of x, it means y is equal to, what is the function now? Natural log. So from here, it implies that natural log of x minus 1 is actually y minus 2. And this is base e. This simply means log to base e. I'm just rewriting it so it's easier to see. So this means that x minus 1 itself is exponential of y minus 2. And that is why you have x equals exponential y minus 2, then plus 1. Remember, x itself is f inverse of y from above. F inverse of y is exponential of y minus this plus that. If you change the variable, f inverse of x becomes exponential x minus 2 plus 1. So this is where you stop. So I expect it to begin with this, and I expect it to end with that. So I do not expect you to use the tricky method we learned from our investigation and just write f inverse is this. Brandy, I'm talking to you especially. You like to just write one step for me. Can you hear me, sir? Aha, so please take note of that, very important. So quickly, please, because we have to go. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this because it's not on the board and send to you guys, just in case anyone needs it. Ah, Callista, caught on camera, eating, foodie. So I take a screenshot of this and send to the group. Okay, I'll send, so I can close that. Don't save, please. Thank you. Sorry. So quickly, maybe we can do this together so we can close the meeting. Question. Yeah, this is easy, right? We don't need to worry too much about this question 8. Am I correct? This is easy. So you reflect it. Does it look familiar? Yeah, it's actually an exponential function. I said comment on this. All you have to write is the image is an exponential graph of an exponential function. I said, does the image look familiar? Yes, it is the graph of an exponential function. And I said, write the equation. So whose equation is something like that? So if you could just write something like this, does this look familiar? Yes, it is the graph of an exponential function, with equation, because that's part of what I asked, with equation y equals 2x minus 4 minus 1. That's enough. Okay. That's all you have to write. Okay, I wish my PDF had an eraser, but it doesn't. Too bad. Can write on it, but I can't erase it. So I take a screenshot of this and send to the group also, so to be a guide. Okay, did you all see that? Okay, so please make use of this to guide you later. So quickly, the last one, I asked for 9 and 10. Let's do this together, everyone, because of the time. Okay, so we can let the birthday girl go. Hello, birthday girl, where you at? I don't know why Karen is the one on the video. It's not even your birthday yet. Okay, everyone, please, let's look at question 9. Karen doesn't seem to be paying attention. And I can't see the other two, so I'm not even sure they are paying attention to me. So the first thing is to find f inverse composed with g of x. So how do we, what do we do first? You get your f inverse first, okay? So you find f inverse first. So let y be f of x, which implies that f inverse of y is equal to x. Now, so from y equals this, exponential 2x. So what happened? We can take the log immediately. Exponential 2x equals y. So you take the log because this is base e. All right. So your 2x is natural log of y. Does this make sense? That's logarithm to base e. So in that case, our x is natural log of y divided by 2, or just half of that, something like this. And this is f inverse of y equals half of that, okay? Which means our f inverse of x actually could just be something like this. Hello, understand? Okay, or you can write it in form of roots. So now that we have that, then we can go to so we can say so. So, come on. Don't know what just happened. Console. Okay. So consequently, f inverse composed with g of x is equal to f inverse acting on this as the arguments, f inverse acting on this, and according to this definition, that's the square root of 2x minus 1. That's all you have to do in 9a. In 9b, similarly, you find the inverse of g first. So from g equals square root of, is it square root? No. 2x minus 1, that's g. G is 2x minus 1. So to find the g inverse, let y be g of x, which means g inverse of y is x. So from y is g of x, y is 2x minus 1, y plus 1 equals 2x, then x equals y plus 1 divided by 2, and x itself is this, so which means g inverse of y is y plus 1 divided by 2, so the inverse in question is x plus 1 divided by 2. So we're interested in g inverse composed with f of x. That would be g inverse acting on f of x. So what is f of x? F of x is exponential 2x. So which means g inverse acting on exponential 2x. And because this is g inverse of x, it becomes exponential 2x plus 1 divided by 2. That's all. Just reminders of functions. And for 10, it's easy. Similarly, show that f inverse is this. Let f of x be y, then x is equal to f inverse of y. From f of x is y, it means that exponential 3x minus 4 plus 1 is y. This is f of x, this is f of x, this is y, this is y. So exponential 3x minus 4 is equal to y minus 1. So exponential 3x, no. Now we take the log because this is exponential to base e. So if we must have 3x minus 4, this will be logarithm to base e on the other side. So which means our 3x is actually logarithm to base e of y minus 1 plus 4. And this means that our x is 1/3 of everything, which is actually what we are asked to find. So x is equal to logarithm of y minus 1 plus 4 divided by 3. Remember that x is f inverse of y. So this is actually f inverse of y, is a function of y. That is why the variable is in y. So we have to do is change variable. So f inverse of x is going to be natural log 4 divided by 3 as required. Again, I told you whenever you're showing that, you're not supposed to write this. You're supposed to get this as the last one. This should not appear until you get to the last line. And having done that, the next question is to calculate this, leave your answer in form of lane. So that's easy. F inverse of 8 minus F inverse of 3 becomes automatically, you put, oh, this is x. So that becomes ln of 8 minus 1 plus 4 divided by 3 minus ln of 2 minus 1 plus 4 divided by 3. It's just substitution because you've done the main work up there. So that's natural log of 7, no need for brackets because it's now a monomial, plus 4 divided by 3 minus natural log of 1 plus 4 divided by 3. What do we do, everyone? Yes? What do we do at this point? Talk to me, please. This is what?
You add the logs, or you do ln bracket 7 divided by 1. Oh, so it's just ln 7. And then plus 4 minus 4 over 3.
Minus 4 over 3?
No, like the entire thing over 3.
Like this?
Over 3.
Why?
Is it not?
I'm asking you why. I'm
Daniel.
not saying it's not. Yes?
Because like
Isn't it 3 minus 1 for ln?
Oh, are we asked to find 3 minus 1? Oopsie. Thank you. So then this has to be 2. But if this was 1, so Mr. Cheng, I know you are correct here. You should have just told me this is 0 because I'm asking you why. I know what the answer is. I'm only checking how you get it. So you don't assume that I know. You're supposed to convince me.
okay.
And not ask me, oh, is it not? Of course, I know it is. I just need you to convince me. Okay? So thank you, Calista, for that. That should have been 2. That should have been 3, sorry. I put 2 instead. So this is why you shouldn't be quiet in class. In that case, we can't say this is 0 anymore because it's not 1. If this was 1, that becomes 0 and it vanishes. So what do we do here? It's going to be natural log. Yes, tell me what to do.
7 divided by 2.
7 divided by 2? What is
ln
that
bracket
saying?
7 divided by 2.
Why?
Because when you subtract logs, you combine them together.
Well, I can't even see 2 logs together yet. Are you getting my question at all?
So, okay. ln 7 minus ln 2.
Where does that come
Or
from?
ln 7 plus 4 minus ln 2 minus 4.
Okay, if anyone understands what I want, can somebody please speak? Because is it that it doesn't know what I want, or it doesn't care about the step that I need, or it just feels he could write anything in his book? And I so pray you do not write that in your test if something like this is given to you on Monday. Bro, I'll gladly give you a 0 or a 1, even if I know your true intention is perfect. I've said it times without number. This is not IGCSE. This is not multiple choice. This is you trying to convince the examiner that I know what I'm doing and not assume, yeah, they do know what I'm trying to write. Who cares about what you're trying to write? Who care about what you put on paper, dude? It's not about, yeah, I know what to do, I know what to do. No, we know you know what to do. We can feel it, but there's a need for a proof on the paper. And you did one just now, and I said, but I can't see two logs together. You have to show me why. And you're repeating the same thing again. Can somebody please tell me what I expect you to write on paper at this point? I'm only trying to check how would you simplify from this point. Everybody already knows what is going to happen. I'm waiting, please, so we can go.
Put them into the same fraction.
What do you mean by the same fraction, Leo?
Oh, they only have one divisor. And
The
now
same divisor, you mean? So the same fraction, you mean like everything this way?
And then
Okay.
all divide by 3.
So what do we now say? Come on, come on.
7
The natural log of 7
plus 4 minus bracket ln 2 plus 4.
So this
Close
is one
bracket.
approach. Thank you so much. That's good. So we open the bracket. You see, some of you just think, well, you don't have to show all these, they know what you're saying. I've given you the criteria for this thing, most of the time. And some of you don't seem to care about that criteria. Now that we have natural log together, because this and this cancels, then you can think of this, your 7/2, and divided by 3. And this could still be simplified. Now, okay, the form is to have A ln B. So this is simply 1/3 ln 7/2. This is where you stop. If you don't want to do this, from this point, you can split them. Natural log of 7/3 plus 4/3 minus natural log of 2/3 minus 4/3. Then this and this goes. So you have 1/3 into brackets, natural log of 7 minus natural log of 2. And that's 1/2 ln 7/2. You do not show all this, or you assume, yeah, they know what I'm doing. Dude, even though your work is worth 7, you'll be lucky to get a 4. Because this is not, I've said it over and over, but some of you don't seem to care. Okay, so I'll send the screenshot of this to the group now. I send 9A first, or maybe 9 and 10. But I'll probably send, it's gonna be messy. But it's okay, I'm sure you can figure out which one is which, because I'm just going to show half of my screen first. Or maybe I could cover one part, yeah, while I send the other. All right, let's do this. You get the first part, so that's 9A. I try to cover the other one so it's not confusing. That's 9B. Then we can do the same for 10. A and B. Maybe we can do 10A and B together, actually. Yep. Did you receive everything? Yes or yes? Did you receive everything?
No.
No? I thought I sent something to the group.
It didn't
Oh
get sent.
my God. Okay. Somebody was actually chatting with me about what time I'm coming to teach someone. And because that was the last chat, not your class chat, because I thought the last chat that I sent something to was this class. I just copied and pasted, and I was sending the screenshot to the wrong person. Yeah, come on. Let me forward this before I got a panic message. What is going on? I'm not your math student. How do we do this on WeChat? Select, okay. Okay, did you receive now? 9A, 9B, and 10.
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right, we have to go now. So please do the rest of the practice. Take your time. You don't have to do it now. The work is not due by Monday. It's not due by Tuesday. You can hand them in on Friday if you want. It's just for me to see what you have done. Of course, there's no report card of 1 to 7 this year, so no one is going to kill you for that. I don't know about the end of year exam if there will be a report card for that, but I seriously doubt. So you don't need to panic. So you don't need to do this worksheet like now. But of course, practice they say make perfection. If you do not practice, how do you know if you understand or not? Okay, Clarissa, are you here?
Yeah.
You're the only one I can't see today, and I get it. All right, so everyone, I'll see you on Monday. Good luck. If you have any question, please feel free to message me. Okay? Sorry, I took longer than I thought. I thought I would be done in 90 minutes, but boom, it's 2 hours, 4 minutes. See you guys. Birthday girl.
Bye-bye.
Hello, birthday girl. Eat a lot of cake.
Okay.
Bye, Mark. You can see you from behind.